Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. And brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and the results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online at 712realty.com. Leading you home.
One thing I always say is who's surrounding your kids. We feel strongly in investing in a Christian education. Knowing that they will be surrounded in a Christian community was huge to us.
Dordt challenges, they're not going to back away from having those difficult discussions about how we as Christians should be part of the world, but we know that the people that are alongside of our kids have that same perspective, same worldview that we have, that every square inch of our lives belongs to the Lord.
This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Hello fans of Defender Sports, hope you're enjoying the game whether you're a friend or family member of a player or coach or a fan of the university. These players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But going into each and every game, there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has, and that's a game plan. If these players and coaches are willing to put this much time into planning for a game, how much more important is putting together a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, but if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, we've been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things more important than finances, while being good stewards of the resources God has entrusted to their care. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media. Check out our podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or your favorite podcast app, or schedule a complimentary meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money.
I chose Dordt because it has a Christian perspective. I also chose Dordt because I knew that it was a program that I could do on my own time. If someone was interested in doing the MPA program, I would say that it's worth your time to investigate. I'm active in my church, I'm very busy at work, I'm busy with my family, and in doing all that, I was able to do it. And I think that if I can, you can too.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
And good morning from the ASB Sports Complex, the American State Bank Dome on the adjacent to the Dordt University campus in Sioux Center, Iowa, as we get set for morning softball between the Dordt Defenders and Peru State. Peru State comes in 0-2. They lost a couple yesterday. And the Dordt Defenders ended up splitting their two contests. They stand 2-7. This is weekend number 3 for the Dordt Defenders in softball play. On the mound today for the Dordt Defenders will be Bailey Sample. Sample, this will be her second start of the season. And the oddity of playing in the ASB Sports Complex with these early season competitions, the Defenders normally would be their their indoor home field. They are listed as the visitor today, so they will bat first, while the Peru State Bobcats in their blue jerseys, you're seeing them warm up right now, and they send to the mound Emberlyn Metzger. Metzger 0-1. She was involved in the decision yesterday. She went 4 innings yesterday in her start, and ended up losing that contest. She has a 7.0 earned run average. Leading off for the Defenders will be Brooke Rule. Carly Olson will bat second. Chloe Kreis is third in the lineup. Ashton Grissom will bat cleanup. Lauren Steenstra will bat fifth. She's playing first base. Alyssa Villa is the shortstop. Casey Karsak is the designated player. Sierra Perkey will play right field, and Peyton Whipple will play second base. And as we told you, Bailey Sample will pitch, but she will not bat to start this contest. So we are just about set for softball. Busy day on the Dordt campus once again today. Brooke Rule will lead things off. She has a .219 batting average this season, and she steps in, right-handed batter. And she awaits the delivery from Metzger. Metzger into the wind. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled off at the plate. Strike one. 0-1 the count to Rule. So Brooke Rule, this will be her 10th game started this season. She has started all 10 of the games now for the Dordt Defenders. Wears number 30. She's got the white jersey. Black numbers trimmed in gold. Swing and a miss, strike two. So she's down to the count 0-2, and Metzger in the driver's seat here in the top of the first inning. Just underway. We got started just a shade early today, and we don't mind that. You don't end on time if you don't start on time. And Metzger into the wind, and here's the righty's pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. So the strikeout is recorded. That'll bring Carly Olson to the plate. Olson, a regular for the Defenders over the last 3+ years now. A .333 batting average this season, 7 RBI. She's got 4 doubles and 8 hits. Second on the team in that category to Aurora Tyson. And so Olson will step in, left-handed batter, wears number 11. She's the everyday catcher for the Defenders. Dealt with injury or dealt with some off-season health recovery last year. Still managed to start and play, I believe, almost every game for the Defenders last season. And Carly Olson will settle in. She took a ball. So 1-0 the count, and here's the pitch on the way. Low and away, ball 2, 2-0 the count. So Metzger, after getting the strikeout with Brooke Rule, steps in. 2-0 the count with 1 out. Bases are empty. Bobcats defensively will get that alignment for you in just a moment. Here's the pitch, swung and taken up high and away. Ball 3, 3-0 the count. Harsh, Holden, and Madison are in the outfield from left to right. Sippick is behind the plate. She wears number 8. We'll get the third to first for you in just a moment. And here's the 3-0 pitch on the way to Olson. Olson likely taking and takes a strike. 3-1 the count. No shock there that Olsen taking all the way. And Olsen will step in. 3-1 pitch on the way. Jordan Eshelman over in the first base coach's box for the defenders. She's the assistant coach. Swung on and foul tipped at the plate. Strike two. 3-2 the count, so the count goes to full. 3-2 the count. So Metzger has worked her way back to a full count after getting down 3-0 with Olsen. Waiting in the on-deck circle for the defenders is Croyce. And the pitch to Olsen on the way. Payoff pitch, swung on, lifted in the air. Deep drive, center field, backing up, and that is a home run for Carly Olsen. Carly Olsen drives it over the center field fence and gives the Dordt defenders a 1-0 lead. 1-0 our score. That's the first home run of the season for Carly Olsen. And the Dordt defenders get a much-needed charge to start the contest as the count got worked back to full, 3-2. And Olsen gets into that one, drives it over the center field fence, and that'll send Chloe Croyce to the plate. And there you saw the replay on the Dordt Media Network. Good camera work there once again. Giving chase was the center fielder, Holden. She was unable to get to it, though. Third to first in the infield, it's Weiss, Harsh, Hawkins, and Braun. Croyce takes a ball. 1-0 the count. So 1-0 the count. Once again, like to thank the Dordt Media Network, everyone involved with that production. It's a busy day and driven left field, and that's a charge by Croyce. Croyce, one hopper off of the fence. She's going to take the turn at first. She's headed into second, standing up with the double. So a double to left center field for Croyce. And the Dordt defenders are in business after that opening strikeout. Olsen followed with a homer, Croyce a double, and Ashton Grissom will come to the plate. So Grissom will settle in. Grissom, a right-handed batter. And Ashton Grissom, where's number 28? 23, beg your pardon. 23 is Grissom. Ashton batting .412 this season, 7 hits. She had a home run earlier this year as well. Takes a ball, 1-0 the count. And the pitch on the way to Grissom from Metzger. Dordt getting on Metzger here, 1-0, and looking for more with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. So Metzger into the wind, and here's the pitch. That misses inside, ball 3, 3-0 the count. So 3-0 the count to Grissom, and this is where Olsen saw the count work back to full and then drove it over the center field fence. Let's see what Grissom is able to do here. Pitch is up high and away, ball 4, and the walk is issued. Metzger didn't want much to do with Grissom that time. Really only one pitch around the strike zone. And that'll bring Lauren Steenstra to the plate. Steenstra, a 125 batting average this year, 3 hits. See if she can come through with a timely one here. So Steenstra waiting the delivery from Metzger. And the pitch is swung on and driven in the air, left field, hooking towards the pole, and it is a home run. Steenstra puts a charge into it, got the arms around and jerks it over the left field fence inside the pole. And the Dordt defenders out to a 4-0 lead. 4-0 our score. Steenstra got her arms extended, kept it fair, and now Peru State taking a moment. They'll send the pitching coach over to talk about that one. 3 runs coming across on that home run by Lauren Steenstra. The Dordt defenders a 4-0 lead right away, so they are giving their starting pitcher, Bailey Sample, some room to work. She'll step on the rubber with at least a 4-0 lead. And Alyssa Villa will come to the plate. Villa, .263 batting average, 5 hits. The Dordt defenders, a couple of wins this season. Been a challenging schedule to start the year. And Villa settles in with the bases empty and 1 out. So the defenders out quickly, 4-0. Here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 1, 1-0 the count. 1-0 the count. While I alluded to it already, the busyness of the schedule today, we've got softball happening here at the ASB Sports Complex, 8 games all totaled. Pitch is inside, ball 2, 2-0 the count. Cheer and Dance is hosting a competition at 11 o'clock, beginning at 11 o'clock at the DeWitt Gym. I popped over there a little after 8 o'clock, and things were humming already. 2-0 pitch on the way with 1 out. And here it is. That one misses outside, ball 3, 3-0 the count. 3-0 the count. Now, I'm watching live, and sometimes I forget about having the monitor to watch. I'm going to watch a little bit here and see how much Metzger is missing by. It doesn't seem like much. And Metzger into the wind. And Metzger with the pitch. Up high and tight, ball 4, and the walk is issued. And Metzger has not done herself any favors. Coming to the plate now will be Karsak. All of these runs earned. All of them clean throughout the inning thus far. Haven't gotten crazy or anything like that with errors. Some bases on balls and hard hit softballs. Couple of home runs and a double. That pitch is in for a called strike 1. 0-1 to Karsak. Karsak this season, it's their 5th game played. Got a base hit. Here's the pitch. Swung on and driven in the air, left center field, right at the left fielder. Makes the leaping grab. So coming away with it is Harsh in left field with the line drive back near the fence. And Villa retreats to first base. And that'll bring Sierra Perkey to the plate. Perkey wears number 6. And Perkey, the 8th batter to come to the plate for the defenders so far. So 2 home runs, a double, and another hard hit ball that results in a line out to the left fielder. Pitch is up and away, ball 1. 1-0 the count with 2 down. Sierra Perkey. Perkey this season. Still looking for her first hit. This is just her 3rd at-bat of the season, though. Used more or less as a defensive replacement or pinch runner. Throw down to second base, not in time. And in with the stolen base is Villa. So Villa gets into scoring position. So 1-1 the count with 2 down. I beg your pardon. 2-0 the count. 2-0 the count with Perkey, the batter, the right-hander. Runner in scoring position, though. Get a base hit. She likely scores. Here's the pitch. 2-0 the count as the pitch is up and away, ball 3, and Metzger having a tough time finding the strike zone consistently here this morning. Game that started at 10 o'clock. Scheduled on 2-hour blocks from here on out. Stayed relatively close to on schedule the last couple of days. Last weekend and this weekend. Pitch is in for a called strike. 3-1 the count. 2 hours and 15 minutes might be a little more realistic for your timing, but like to say 2 hours. That way, if you're ready to go and you do happen to stay on schedule, at least you're keeping things moving. And here's the 3-1 pitch on the way to Perky. That misses inside, ball 4, and the walk is issued. So the walk given up to Perky. So the defenders with runners at first and second. And we're going to have a pitching change, it appears. So a pitching change will occur. And that is number 29 for the Bobcats, Filkin. She will come on. And while this pitching change happens, let's take a 1-minute break. You are listening to and watching the Dordt Media Network. Dordt softball from the ASB Sports Complex. Back with more in 1 minute.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suin, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
And brought to you by Huber's Plumbing and Heating. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Orange City will exceed your expectations.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and
returning to play, pitch is down in the grass. 1-0 the count. So runners at first and second for the defenders. Jessica Filkin, the pitcher. She's 0-1. She took a loss yesterday as well. Surrendered 5 runs on 7 hits. And another ball. 2-0 the count. 2-0 the count. So early on, Peru State struggling to find the strike zone. That was just a straight defensive change. Pitches up around the eyes. Ball 3. 3-0 the count, and Filkin in danger of loading the bases here. And the top of the order due up for the defenders. Brooke Rule waits in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, up high and away. Ball 4, and the walk is issued. Well, I am reminded of what a pretty successful baseball coach at the high school level in the area told me once. He's developed a pretty good relationship with him, and we talked a lot about baseball. Here's the pitch. Now, there are differences, I get that, but the concept is the same. And he said there is no magic formula. The formula is your pitchers throw strikes and your defense makes plays, and that's going to win you about 70% of your games. Swung on, ground ball, sharply hit, first base side, and stepping on it. Stepping on the bag, so Rule is retired unassisted by the first baseman. And that brings the inning to a close, but not before the defenders get 4 runs. The defenders, the final line, 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. We've played 1/2 inning. Dordt leads 4-0. Back with the bottom of the first inning in a minute.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
Thanks to these Dordt Media Network sponsors, Ski Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether building or replacing, we have the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski Bout and see the difference. Ski Bout Window and Door.
Thanks to M&H True Value. Behind every project is a true value. Start right, start here. M&H True Value.
Welcome back to the ASB Sports Complex, Dordt Media Network. Our broadcast, first pitch is in for a strike to Harsh. So Harsh takes a strike. Bailey Sample, she's a Dakota Valley High School graduate. Swing and a miss, strike two that is, nothing in two the count. Sample has played sparingly up to this point. One pitching appearance, recorded an out. Was not involved in the decision. Here's the 0-2 pitch, misses outside, ball 1-2 the count. Bottom of the first inning, Sample, though, got to feel good stepping onto the rubber with a 4-0 lead right away. And here's the 1-2 pitch, misses outside. Ball 2-2 the count. Well, continuing what I was talking about in the first inning, high school baseball coach basically saying throw strikes and make plays in defense. You're going to win about 70% of your games. Swing and a miss, strike three. And that'll bring Holden to the plate. He said, then if you happen to have some people who can score runs, you're gonna win. You're going to win at the high school level 80 to 90% of your games, and everybody's going to think you're a wizard. And he said, really, it's just all those fundamentals. And it all begins with your pitchers throwing strikes, working quickly, and your defense being well drilled enough in the field to make the plays. Pitch is low and away, ball 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 2-0 the count. Now, it didn't hurt that he had some all-state baseball players, and they were always pretty good, but they always did the fundamentals pretty well. 2-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike one. 2-1 the count, so Sample climbs the ladder that time, and Holden goes up the ladder. Unable to catch up with that one. 2-1 the count with one out. Bases are empty. Dordt leading 4-0. And into the wind, here's the pitch by Sample. Swung on and foul tipped. Strike two, 0-2 the count. Olson unable to hang on to that one. There's only one strike though, so no harm, no foul. We have become very spoiled with Carly Olson behind the plate. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the netting. Strike two. Count remains 2-2. I've said it so many times over my tenure of watching college athletics, when you have good players, you just get spoiled and you take them almost for granted, and that's unfortunate. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Misses outside, ball 3-2 the count. You just become accustomed to them being there every day, showing up, doing what they do. Carly Olson falls squarely in that category. The other one, not in action today, Emma Grun. Here's the pitch, swung on, punched over to the third baseman, up with it, throw over to first base in time. And that goes Grissom to Steenstra for the out. And that'll bring Hamblin to the plate with two down in the inning. So nice play that time by Grissom, fielded it cleanly. Always a challenge to find third baseman who can handle that sharply hit ball and get it over to first base in time. Swing and a miss, strike one, 0-1 the count. Emma Grun out with injury right now. Here's the pitch, up high, ball 1-1 the count. Won't get into the particulars of it, but was involved in a collision last week. And that has spelled her not being in this weekend's games, and swung on and fouled off of the dome. Strike two, 1-2 the count. I don't know if we'll see Emma before she makes the trip to Florida, in all honesty. Said she's feeling better, so that is a positive. Fly ball right side, bounces off of the ceiling, and a foul ball. The ground rules here in the sports complex in the Dome. If the ball strikes the Teflon in fair territory, the defense may make a play on it, and if they catch it, it is an out. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, hit in the air. That one misses the Teflon. Left fielder charging on, making the play. And Croyce makes the play without incident. We'll continue telling you about the ground rules here at the ASB Dome in the top of the second inning. Our score after one complete. Dordt 4, Peru State 0. Back with more in a minute.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection, connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
To the top of the second inning we go. The defenders send Carly Olson to the plate. Olson takes a ball. 1-0 the count. Continuing on with the ground rules here in the ASB Sports Complex, the most notable of which is the ceiling is in play basically for the defense. Ball 2, 2-0 the count. If the ball strikes the Teflon in fair territory, the defense can make a play on it. If they do not, it's just a foul ball. So once the ball strikes the Teflon, there are two outcomes that can occur. An out or a foul ball. 3-0 the count to Olson. Takes that one down the chute. Strike one. 3-1 the count. Filkin on the mound. She came on in relief. Cleaned up the mess. Got out of the inning without any more damage being done. Here's the pitch down to the dirt. Ball 4, and the walk is issued, and Carly Olson will take her spot over at first base. Now Olson has had pretty good speed. Now, I will be honest, by the time players get to be seniors, sometimes they're a little more choosy about when they run and when they stay put. She has one stolen base so far this year, does Carly Olson, senior from Spirit Lake. And she's going. Throw over to second base, not in time. Olson in with a stolen base. Pitch was a strike. But Olson moves into scoring position. And here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off by Croyce. Strike 2, 0-2 the count. Croyce had a double in her last at-bat. Later came in to score a run. Pitches up high around the eyes. Ball 1, 1-2 the count. 1-2 the count with nobody out and a runner on second base. Defenders leading 4-0. Here's the pitch. Low and away. Ball 2, 2-2 the count. 2-2 the count. Croyce. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit in the air, hits the ceiling, and that one's going to be a foul ball. There's what we were talking about. If the defense is able to make that play, she's out. In all likelihood, that ball outside probably slices foul the way it was spinning. And here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. in there for a called strike 3. So Kreis goes down looking. Olson stays at second base, and Grissom will come to the plate. Grissom, in her first at-bat, walked and later scored a run. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 1, 1-0 the count. So 1-0 the count with 1 out. And here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. We're in the top of the second inning. Dordt leading 4-0. They had a 4-run first half. Here's a pitch up high and away. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. Sports complex will be busy. My understanding is got some NCAA Division II schools coming in on Monday. Pitch is fouled off. Strike 2, 2-2 the count. Might be a couple of games on Tuesday as well. And then we're back at it with more ASB Sports Complex softball next Friday and Saturday. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Grissom is retired. For Filkin, she's come on in relief and been effective. A couple of strikeouts and a couple of walks. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Steenstra. Nothing on the count. And Steenstra waits the delivery. Here's the pitch up high and away. Ball 1, 1-1 the count with 2 down. So the batter, Steenstra, Filkin into the line, misses inside. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. Other than the ceiling being in play, there really isn't much else in the way of ground rules. It's real softball. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that one's going to hit off of the lighting. That's a foul ball. And that's immediately called a foul. And the count remains 2-2. 2-2 the count. Swung on, ground ball sharply hit foul. Count remains 2-2 with 2 down in the inning. So 2-2 pitch on the way to Steenstra. And Steenstra fouls that one off as well. Third foul off in a row for Steenstra. She hangs in the count. Deuces wild. 2-2 the count with 2 down in the top of the second inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, right field. Backing up, and Steenstra is retired on the fly out to right field for the third out of the inning. So the defenders are retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. Due up for Peru State, Braun, Sippick, and Weiss when we're back right after this 1-minute timeout.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Beaver Eye Care, serving Sioux Center and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Come see Dr. Paul Beaver, Dr. Dan Klausing, or Dr. Reese Beaver for all your comprehensive eye care needs. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything. Where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors. Knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Braun will lead things off for Peru State. Sample into the wind, and the swing and a miss, strike one. Nothing in one the count. Braun, the batter. Dordt leading 4-0. Those of you watching online, you see us in jackets and caps and gloves. Swing and a miss, strike two, nothing in two the count. While it isn't frigid in the dome, I'd say on a morning like this where the outside temp is in the single digits, we're down into the upper 40s, maybe 50 degrees or so, and it'll warm up as people churn through. Taken up high, ball one, 1-2 the count. Heater will kick on as well at times, and you can't be in shorts and t-shirts. It's not summertime. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Sample records the out, her second strikeout of the day. And that will bring Sipek to the plate. And Sipek, right-handed batter. Here's the pitch, swung on, sharply hit, past the shortstop into center field. And Sipek is on with a base hit. And that will bring Weiss to the plate. Weiss for Peru State. Where's number 40? Right-handed batter. And it looks like this is her first appearance this season. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 the count. 1-0 the count with one down in the inning. Runner on first base. Sample now has to work with a runner on first. First base hit given up by Sample. Swung on and fouled off. Strike one, 1-1 the count. Defensively for Dordt, Steenstra, Whipple. First and second. Shortstop is Villa. Pitch is up high. Ball two, 2-1 the count. Grissom is over at third base. Sample is the pitcher. Olson is behind the dish. Croyce, Rule, and Perky left to right in the outfield. Into the wind, here's the pitch from Sample. Swing and a miss, strike two. As Sample gets the rise ball past Weiss. So if you look online and see us in caps, gloves, and coats, we're not complaining. It's just we got to be prepared for the elements. And for the Dordt Media Network crew, they're here for many of them here for 4 to 8 hours at a time. Pitch is full, 3-2. Count is full, 3-2 with one out. And here's the pitch from Sample. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Sample records the strikeout. Sipek stays at first base. Let's see if she's moving here with two down. Would not be surprised to see Peru State roll the dice here. Trying to get a runner in scoring position with two down. Hawkins, the batter. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Nothing in one the count. Nothing in one the count with two down. Runner on first base. Here's the pitch from Sample. Up high, ball one. 1-1 the count. Defenders will play another game at noon today. I believe that one will be against Dakota State. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball two. 2-1 the count with two down. This is where if you're Sample, you don't want to get cute. Go after the batter and get out of the inning. You invite trouble when you start issuing free passes and things like that. Ball swung on and fouled off. Strike two. 2-2 the count. And given the fact that this is Hawkins' first action this season, not a lot of sample size in terms of a scouting report for her. Here's the pitch, rolled into the dirt, blocked by Olson, kept it close. Ball three. 3-2 the count. Well, the Bobcats content to have Sipek stay at first base. Full count on the way to Hawkins from Sample. Sample into the wind, and here's the pitch. Swung on, softly hit. Sample takes a step forward, makes the play for the third out of the inning. Hawkins is retired on the pop out to the pitcher for out number 3, and the defenders retire Peru State. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Due up for the defenders, it'll be Villa, Karsak, Perky. When we're back right after this, you're watching the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in a minute.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Joyner and Svort Dentistry, providing the latest in dental technology in a warm, comfortable, and relaxing environment. And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Villa is the batter. Filkin on the mound for Peru State. And here's the pitch in there for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count. Villa, the 6th batter in the lineup for the defenders. Pitch is blowing in the grass. Keep wanting to say in the dirt. There is no dirt in the dome. Ball 1-1 the count with nobody out. And Filkin into the wind, pitch, and that hits the batter. And taking one for the team is Villa. So Villa will take her spot at first base. Took that one off of the left leg, the lead leg. And she will trot over to first base. That brings Karsak to the plate. Karsak here. Second plate appearance. Retired in her first at-bat. And here's the pitch. Low and in the grass. Ball 1-0 the count with no one out. So 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch to Karsak, and she fouls that one off out of play. Strike 1, 1-1 the count. Dugout areas, first and third base side, encompassed by a fence that is about 6 feet tall. If you're taller than that, you want to maybe have a seat. Here's the pitch. Swung on, driven into right center field, and that's going to be it through for extra bases. Taking the turn at first and heading for second is Karsak. Karsak in with the double throw to home. Not in time, and diving in front of the tag is Villa. As she was going, Coach Jeff Zomer at third base didn't hesitate. Sent Villa. There was no hesitation, and Karsak with the double to right center field, producing a run. And the Dordt defenders lead 5-0. Perky comes to the plate. Perky swing and a miss, strike 1. So Dordt is up now 5-0. And for the defenders, that is the 5th different player to record a hit. Beg your pardon, 4th different player to record a hit. 4th player to record an RBI. Here's the pitch, low and in the dirt. Ball 1-1 the count. You look at the Dordt win-loss record at this point, 2-7. And you think, well, feel like they're probably better than that. Line drive in right center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Another run will score. Taking the turn at third, headed for home, and an RBI single for Sierra Perky. As Perky singles to center. And the Dordt defenders with a 6-0 lead now here in the top of the third inning. Conference on the mound for the Peru State Bobcats. Coming to the plate will be Whipple. And Whipple will settle in. Whipple is the 9th batter in the lineup. Her last at bat, she walked. So a runner on first base is Perky. Here's the pitch, low and inside, ball one. 1-0 the count with nobody out here in the top of the third inning. And now the defenders, a stolen base as Perky catches Peru State sleeping. And Perky, with the middle infielders not covering second base, the pitcher outside the circle, she takes off for second and is in with the stolen base. Pitch is up high. Ball two. 2-0 the count. Don't see that happen very often, but Peru State defense got a little lax. Swung on, ground ball back to the pitcher, Whipple. Whipple up with it, throws over to first base in time, but they're at third base now. Is Perky, so Whipple retired 1-3. Advances the runner, though, so it is a productive at-bat. And Perky now just 60 feet away from making this a 7-0 lead. And the defenders will send the top of the order, and Brooke Rule up to the plate. So Rule takes a ball. 1-0 the count. We've got basketball happening at the DeWitt later today as well. That'll be a 4 o'clock start time for the women and a 5:45 start time for the men. Dordt versus Concordia. Critical matchups for both teams. The women wrapped up the Great Plains Athletic Conference Championship earlier this week with a win, combined with, they got the win, so they've got a 4-game lead with 3 games to go. Concordia in second place right now. They're still battling, trying to stay in second place. Throw over to first base in time. Produces the run, though, for Rule. So Rule retired 6-3. But Perky comes in to score, and that's where that stolen base becomes so important. The defenders now leading 7-0 in the top of the third inning. Carly Olson, the batter. Olson had a home run in her first at-bat. Takes down low, ball one. 1-0 the count with 2 down in the inning. So 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch to Olson. Swung on and fouled off above the Dordt dugout. Strike one, 1-1 the count. So we've got basketball this afternoon on the Dordt Media Network as well. That'll be a 4 o'clock start time. Pushed back because of the cheer and dance competition. Pitch is low in the turf. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. Also happening today, the Great Plains Athletic Conference Track and Field Indoor Championships in Yankton. Swung on, hit in the air. That one's off of the Teflon, and that is caught by the shortstop. So Olson is retired on the pop out to the shortstop for out number 3 of the inning. Dordt gets 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Due up for Peru State, Madison Harsh and Harsh. When we resume play, to the bottom of the third we go. Dordt leads 7-0. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Grain House in Hull. They have amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and more. With a big city feel, located only 10 minutes away in Sioux Center, they have a second location opening next year in Sanborn. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
Set to resume play, and Madison will come to the plate. Madison, the batter, wears number 19. Sample on the mound, working into the bottom of the third inning. First pitch, a ball. Second ball, pitch, a ball. So 2-0 our score. Swung on, and that one's a hot shot over the first base dugout. That'll quiet everybody down for a moment. Even though you got the fence there to protect you, it can get a little dicey over there, and say what you will. You still got a softball flying at you. And here's the pitch down to the dirt, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Pardon me, 3-1 the count. And the pitch is up high. Ball 4 and the walk is issued, so Bailey Sample issues a leadoff walk. And here's the pitch, low and inside, ball 1. So Sample working herself into a little bit of trouble here. Staked to a 7-0 lead. And here's the pitch, swung on and fouled off, strike 1. 1-1 the count. 1-1 the count with nobody out. Runner on first base. Sample has given up 1 hit thus far. And here's the pitch, swung on and hit in the air right side. That's going to drift out of play. Just a long strike. 1-2 the count as that one slices into the right field corner. Now I am biased simply because I do have a little bit to do with the Dordt Media Network and the work that they do, and I get a first-hand look at it. But in terms of softball coverage here in the ASB Sports Complex, I'd put their work up against almost anyone's. Here's the pitch, swung on, and that one bounces off of the batter. Dead ball called immediately. Harsh has that one bounce off of her in the batter's box. And the count remains 1-2. And I would say that about every event that group covers. Coach Rich Lodewijk and the group of student employees driven towards center field. Under it, making the play is Rule for the first out of the inning. And Harsh, that's Jalen Harsh, will step in with a runner on first base and 1 out. Pitch is in for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count with 1 out. And Sample will step in. Now the dome does come with its challenges. The lighting isn't awesome. Checking her swing is Harsh. Ball 1, 1-1 the count. But still a pretty good product put out by the Rich Lodewijk and his staff of student employees. 1-1 the count with 1 out. And here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2 the count with 1 out in the inning. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Dordt leading 7-0. So 7-0 our score. Bottom of 3. And Sample into the wind, and here's the pitch. That's in the dirt, in the turf. Ball 1. Ball 2, 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way. So the 2-2 pitch coming. And here it is, up high, ball 3, 3-2. So Sample walked the leadoff batter of the inning on. Got an out on a hard hit ball to center field. Now trying to get out of the inning. I should say trying to get the second out of the frame. And here's the full count delivery. Payoff pitch on the way. Misses outside, ball 4, and the walk is issued. So the defenders working themselves into a little bit of trouble, and you've got the heart of the order coming up for Peru State as well. That'll bring Holden to the plate. So Holden to the plate. And Holden offers at it. Strike one. Nothing in one the count with one out. So runners on first and second for Peru State trying to break up the shutout. Dordt leading 7-0. And into the windup. Here's the pitch from Sample. Swung on, hit in the air. That one's going to bounce off of the roof and fielded by the center fielder. Nice play by Dordt's Brooke Rule for the second out of the inning. And that was one where it's probably headed towards the right fielder if we're playing outside. Instead, this one bounces off of the angle of the dome. Center fielder comes on, makes the play. That's Rule. And Hamblin will come to the plate now with runners on first and second and 2 outs. And this one golfed into left field, driven back, and making the play as the left fielder, Croyce, for the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on base for Peru State. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Our score, Dordt 7, Peru State 0. Back with more after this 1-minute timeout.
Thanks to Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Today's broadcast brought to you by German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1981. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner, online at germanfarmers.com. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today, serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
Chloe Croyce comes to the plate, and Croyce with a single to lead things off. First pitch she sees. And that will bring Grissom to the plate. So Grissom will step to the plate with the defenders leading 7-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Pitch is in for a called strike to Grissom. 0-1 the count. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Grissom earlier today walked, scored a run. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Fouled off, strike 2, 0-2 the count. Fouled right back into the netting, right back at us, and made me flinch. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch down to the dirt. Ball 1. 1-2 the count with nobody out in the inning. We're in the top of the 4th. Dordt leading 7-0. Swung on and driven in the air, left center field. Center fielder under it, makes the play for the first out of the inning. And that will bring Steenstra to the plate. Lauren Steenstra, the batter, with a runner on first base, and Chloe Croyce. So Steenstra, 3 RBI, 3-run homer in the first inning. This one bounces off of the bubble and is caught by the center fielder. Driven by Steenstra to center field, but she's retired on the flyout for out number 2 of the inning. And that'll bring Villa to the plate. Villa batting here with a runner on first base and 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Sipek behind the plate. Filkin is the pitcher for Peru State. Swung on and driven right at the shortstop. Leaping grab by Harsh. And Villa is retired on the line out to the shortstop for out number 3 of the inning. No runs, no hit, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Dordt 7, Peru State 0. Back with more in 1 minute.
Special thanks to all our Dordt Media Network sponsors. Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Van Engelenhoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency throughout Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelenhoven Agency's Sioux Center advisors Mark Holsoff or Lisa Dykstra.
More in a minute.
This live stream broadcast brought to you by Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center, your source for quality automotive parts for your car or truck. Let them use their knowledge to help you find the right vehicle battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, and other parts needed to get your job done. Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center.
So Karsak with a fly out to deep center field for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring Sierra Perkey to the plate. Dordt leading 7-0. We are in the top of the fifth inning. Well, now you begin to think about the 8-run difference rule could come into play. This one fouled off. Strike one. 0-1 the count. Perkey today 1 for 1 with an RBI. Also reached on a walk. Stole a base. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Perkey this season with that stolen base, her second of the year. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. 1-2 the count. This softball game a little over an hour old. We're in the top of the fifth inning. And with Dordt leading 7-0, we will have to play the bottom half of the frame. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, center field. Should be an easy play, and it is. Holden under it, makes the play for the second out, and that'll bring Whipple to the plate. Where's number 10, Whipple, right-handed batter, facing Filkin. Dordt leading 7-0. And here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1 the count with 2 down in the inning. And here's the 0-1 pitch, up and away, ball 1, 1-1 the count. So 1-1 the count with 2 down in the inning. And here's the pitch, down in the dirt, ball 2, 2-1. So 2-1 the count, top of the fifth inning, 2 down in the inning. Pitch is up high, ball 3. 3-1 with 2 down. So 2-1 the count with 3-1 the count, I should say, with 2 down and the base is empty. Here's the pitch in there for a called strike 3. Strike 2. And the count is full, 3-2 to Whipple. Whipple this today, base on balls, and to shoot her second base on balls, and now she represents the potential 8th run for the defenders. And you start thinking through the defenders, you score a run, get a hold in the bottom half of the inning, you could finish this one off early. Now that I've said it, likely won't happen. Rule, the batter, and Rule takes up high. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. Rule today, strikeout, 0 for 3 officially. has an RBI. One of those ground outs producing an RBI. This one lined towards second base and a diving catch by the shortstop for the third out of the inning. So Rule puts it in play. Looked like it was destined for the center field grass, but Harsh, making the dive behind the bag, makes the play. And Rule is retired on the line out to the shortstop for the third out of the inning. The defenders retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Still Dordt 7, Peru State 0. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your projects a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by New Tech. At New Tech, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs.
So Hawkins steps to the plate for Peru State. Takes a ball, fouls one off. We're even in the count, 1-1 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Hawkins so far today 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Takes low, ball 2, 2-1 the count. Two and 1 the count. And here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. 2-2 the count to Hawkins. Hawkins, seventh batter in the Peru State lineup. Where's number 3? We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Dordt leading 7-0. And the pitch is in the dirt inside, ball 3, and the count goes even at goes full at 3-2. So 3-2 the count with nobody out. And here's the pitch, swung on, hit in the air, left field, a high drive deep, and the left fielder making the grab is Croyce for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring Madison to the plate. Madison, the batter, with her team trailing 7-0. Peru State just trying to get something going here. Madison with a base on balls. First pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. 0-1 the count with 1 out in the inning. And here's the pitch again, swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 the count with 1 out in the inning. Well, the defenders will be back here in the ASB Sports Complex for 4 more games next weekend. And then a little bit of time off, and pitch is low, ball 1, 1-2 the count. And then early March, spring break trip to Florida. I think they've got 12 games or so scheduled, maybe 14, somewhere in there. 12. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air left field. That's going to be a gapper. Cut off before it gets into the hole, though, and back into the infield quickly is Croyce. But a base hit for Madison on the single to left center field. So a base runner on with one out. And Harsh will come to the plate. And Harsh takes a ball. 1-0 the count. So 1-0 the count. Sample into the wind. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. 1-1 the count. So Sample in her first start this season. Been pretty effective up to this point. Runner on first base for Peru State. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch misses low and inside. Ball 2-1. Wind must be picking up outside a little bit. Starting to see some of the cables dancing in the ASB Sports Complex. Swung on and fouled off. Strike 2, 2-2 the count with one out in the inning. So the 2-2 pitch on the way. To Harsh, runner on first base. That is Madison over there. Steenstra at first, playing next to the bag. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, ball 3, and the count worked to full, 3-2 to Harsh. So Harsh awaiting the delivery from Sample, and here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout. The strikeout. So we've got a pinch hitter. Oldie. So a pinch hitter for the leadoff batter. So Jalen Harsh lifted for a pinch hitter here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Oldie the batter. And here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, right center field, charging and making the grab is the right fielder, Perky, for the 3rd out of the inning. And the defenders retire the side. No runs, a hit, no error, one left. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Dordt still leading Peru State 7-0. Back with more in a minute.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suin, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. They're your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, ag, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Looking for top-notch rental equipment? Look no further than Rental in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
Back in at shortstop. 0-1 the count with nobody out. And the pitch is in for a called strike. 0-2 the count from Filkin. So Olsen down to the count, 0-2. 0-2 the count, and swung on, fought it off foul. And the count goes to 1-2. Over on the other field, they're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Northwestern leads Valley City State 3-2. We're in the top of the 6th inning here. And Olsen checks her swing. Ball 1-2 the count. So the defenders leading 7-0. 7 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Peru State 0-2-0. This one fouled off. And the count remains 1-2. Pitcher of record so far for the defenders, Bailey Sample. For the Peru State Bobcats, Metzger right now on the hook for the loss. She was lifted in the first inning after allowing 4 runs. Pitches up high and away, ball 2, 2-2 the count. Waiting in the on-deck circle for the defenders will be Croyce. Grissom will bat third in the inning. Here's the pitch to Olson, swung on and foul tipped it. Count remains 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way to Olson. And here's the pitch. And that one misses outside. Ball 3, 3-2 the count. Three and two the count with Carly Olson at the plate. And here's the pitch from Filkin. Up high, ball 4, and the walk is issued. So Olson works her way back from down to the count 0-2 to get a base on balls. And now the throw over to second base, and Olson picks up second base on the steal. Second time tonight we've seen Peru State, or today I should say, we've seen Peru State fall asleep on defense. And Peru State's going to call the timeout. And now the question. Well, the head coach for Peru State went directly to the base umpire. Tony Klossner, the head coach. And now the umpires will confer. And while they talk it over, my guess is the question is where the pitcher was with the ball, whether she was inside the circle or not. And I am not sure that at this point if you're going based on what you saw or what so Olson, I'm watching the replay right now, and I cannot see the pitcher's feet, in all honesty. And now Coach Jeff Zomer asking for an explanation from the home plate umpire as well. So we have a stoppage in play as they sort this out. So Olson was issued a base on balls. She went over to first base. And then it appears, and I cannot see because of the graphic in the corner, where the pitcher's feet actually are in relation to the circle. And we have a protracted stoppage in play now. Olson hasn't left second base, but judging by the result, I believe the argument now will be that Olson is going to be retired, but Coach Jeff Zomer making his point. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Dordt leads 7-0. Well, we still have that conference happening with Coach Zomer and with the home plate umpire, and they're going to rule that Olson is retired on the play, trying to advance after the base on balls. And this is where you end up getting creative. You've got to get Olson off the bases in some way. So she's retired. There's one out, and that brings Croyce to the plate. So Croyce, right-handed batter, up high and away, ball. One row the count with one out in the inning. And here's the pitch, up high and away, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Top of the 6th inning, Croyce batting. Beg your pardon, 3-0. 3-0 the count with one out. And here's the pitch, up high, and the walk is issued. And that will bring to the plate Grissom with a runner on first and one out. Dordt leading 7-0. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. So since that lengthy delay, Filkin has thrown 5 balls in a row. And also, dating back to earlier, had walked Olson initially before the protracted stoppage in play. Pitch misses up high, ball 2, 2-0 the count. So Filkin now trying to bounce back. They got the out, but in the meantime, looks like she is having trouble locating her pitches. Filkin has now walked 5 batters and is down to the count 2-0 to Grissom. So Grissom the batter, runner on first base is Croyce. Croyce with decent speed over there. And Grissom awaits the delivery. Here's the pitch up high, ball 3, 3-0 the count. That is at least the 8th straight ball thrown by Filkin, as she is having trouble locating now. Here's the pitch up high, and the walk is issued. Ball 4. Well, if you're Peru State, you've got more games coming. And now the defenders will have a pinch runner as well. Pinch runner so Maggie Walker is over at first base. And the pitcher, we've got a re-entry of Metzger. So Metzger, who was behind 4-0 when she left in the first inning, already on the hook for the loss. She checks back into the game, and I don't know if she's been staying loose or not, but not an enviable spot to be placed in. Lauren Steenstra will bat. Steenstra, right-handed batter, will step in with a runner on first and second. And this is the heart of the order for the defenders. So Dordt leading 7-0. And the defenders trying to stretch it out. So you've got Walker at first base now. Kreuss at second. Steenstra is the batter. A reminder that our broadcasts, pregame and postgame shows for many of our Dordt Media Network broadcasts brought to you by Wireless World, your Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them online at wirelessworld.com. And during many of our competitions, timeouts brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. And into the windup will be Metzger. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, ball one. 1-0 the count. 1-0 the count. Right-handed batter. And here's the pitch. Up high and away, ball 2-0. 2-0 with 1 out in the inning. So 2-0 pitch on the way to Steenstra. Dordt leading 7-0. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. 2-1 the count. Steenstra today 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer. See if she can produce a base hit here. Kreuss at second base. Good speed there. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off at the plate. Strike 2, 2-2 the count. Well, if not for Olson getting ruled out on that first play after a walk, Dordt would be sitting on a powder keg with the bases loaded and nobody out. Instead, it's runners at first and second and 1 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the out is recorded. Runners stay at first and second, respectively, and that'll bring Villa to the plate. We're in the top of the 6th inning. So Villa comes to the plate. Scored a run, reached on a walk earlier today. Here's the pitch, blown away, ball 1, 1-0 the count. Waiting in the on-deck circle is Karsick. And Villa awaits the delivery. And here's the pitch, swung on and a bouncing ball. Second baseman up with it, throws it over to first base in time. And the side is retired. Dordt threatens, they get runners at first and second, but they leave them stranded. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Our score still Dordt 7, Peru State 0. Back with more after this.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Bailey Sample out for her 6th inning of work. She will face Holden. And Holden, a bouncing ball up the middle and a base hit, a leadoff single for Peru State. And Peru State trying to mount a rally here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they've got 6 outs to work with. Hamblin will come to the plate. So Hamblin, right-handed batter. Sample. Into the wind. Here's the pitch. Up high. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. 1-0 the count. Over on the other field, looks like they are in the 6th inning. And Northwestern now leads 5-2. Pitch is up high. Ball 2. 2-0 the count with nobody out. So 2-0 the count. And here's the pitch from Sample inside, ball 3, 3-0. So 3-0 the count with nobody out. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dordt leading 7-0. And here's the pitch. Misses, ball 4, and the walk is issued. So the runner advances to second base. So we have a pinch hitter now for Peru State. Dixon will come to the plate. And this will be Autumn Dixon. Dixon batting for Riley Braun. Bottom of the 6th innings. Nobody out. Peru State threatening with runners at first and second. So Dixon steps in. Here's the pitch from Sample. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 1. 0-1 the count with nobody out. And the 0-1 pitch on the way. And here it is, swung on, hit in the air, left side, foul ball, strike 2, 0-2 the count with nobody out. So Dixon down to the count 0-2 against Bailey Sample. Bottom of the 6th inning, Dordt would seem to have this one in hand, but now Peru State putting together a threat. Stabbed by Olson, ball 1, 1-2 the count, as Olson has to go to her left to make that play. So 1-2 the count with nobody out. And into the wind, here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 2, 2-2. So 2-2 the count. Runners on first and second for the Bobcats. Sample trying to work out of the inning. And here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 3, 3-2. So Sample working herself into a little bit of a jam here. A single followed by a base on balls, and now got ahead in the count 0-2 with Dixon, but working the edges. And now it's full, 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, left side, foul ball. Count remains full at 3-2. 3-2 the count. So 3-2 the count. And the walk is issued, and now the defenders working themselves into a jam here. And now the defenders will have a mound conference. Coach Jeff Zomer coming out of the dugout area. Talked things over with his defense and pulled his left fielder in as well. So the Bobcats threatening here, trailing 7-0. Dordt trying to get out of the inning. So the bases are loaded for Peru State. Things had gone pretty much uneventfully up to this point. But a leadoff single followed by 2 bases on balls. And the defenders now find themselves still leading 7-0, still in the driver's seat, obviously, but Peru State putting together a threat. And it'll be Sipic, the catcher, coming to the plate. She's got one of Peru State's 3 hits so far today. And the defender's in need of, well, just need an out right now. So Sipic will step in. Right-handed batter. And here's the pitch from Sample. Swung on, hit in the air, right center field. It's going to be trouble, and that is off of the fence for extra bases. Sipic with the double. Here's the throw back into the infield, and 2 runs score. Peru State has made it a 7-2 score, and they're not done. So we have a pinch run hitter for Peru State. This will be Jordan Tracy. So Jordan Tracy will come in to pinch hit. And here's the pitch up high, and that one skips off of Carly Olson's glove, out of play, and another run comes in to score. That'll be a wild pitch. So the wild pitch allows the runners to advance. So Tracy ahead in the count, 1-0. And now a pitch down to the dirt, ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 the count. And Sample. Dordt still leading 7-3, but Peru State putting a threat together here. Swung on, fouled off, strike 2, 2-1. Well, the defender's still in the driver's seat. That's the positive. Still got to get 6 outs, though. Got to get 3 this frame. Got to get out of the inning. And here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 2, 2-2. Tracy, the batter. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Hit in the air, right field. Should be an easy play, and it is. Runner will hold at third base. Perky comes on to make the play in right for the first out of the inning. Brings Hawkins to the plate. So, 1 out in the inning. Leanne Hawkins with a runner on third base. Here's the pitch. So Peru State has 3 across here in the 6th inning. Dordt leading 7-3. We're in the bottom of the 6th. And here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the netting. And Sample toes the slab. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball. So the defenders have surrendered a couple of base hits, a couple of walks. And that's how you cook up a 3-run inning. A line drive in a right center field. That'll score another run. Dordt leads 7-4. Extra bases for the Bobcats. They'll try to stretch the double into a triple, and they do. So a triple for Hawkins to right center field. And the Bobcats have made it 7-4. 7-4. 7-4 our score. Madison, the batter. So a triple to right center field. Pitch is fouled off, strike one. 0-1 the count with one out in the inning. And Sample trying to get out of the inning. Madison, the batter. Madison, base on balls and a hit. She's 1 for 1 officially. Fouls that one off. Strike two. 0-2 the count. So 7-4, Dordt leading. Bottom of the 6th inning. Peru State would dearly love to scratch another one across. Here's the pitch. Just misses low and inside. Ball 1. 1-2 the count with one out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Samples thrown 96 pitches, 52 of them for strikes. And here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike three. So that's 2 outs in the inning. And that'll bring Kaylee Harsh to the plate. Harsh will bat with a runner at third base, and we've got a pitching change for the defenders. So it'll be Haley Wilkin coming on to pitch for Sample. So that will do it for the time being for Sample. She goes 5 2/3 innings, and at the moment, charged with 4 runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 5 hits. So Wilkin will come on with her team. Trying to get out of the inning. 7-4 the score. 7-4 defenders. So the defenders with Wilkin on the mound. And Wilkin trying to get out of the inning with a runner on third base. Here's the pitch. That's in for a called strike. Nothing and one the count with 2 down in the inning. And here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. 0-2 the count with 2 down. And another pitch on the way for Wilkin. 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Misses outside and low. Ball 1. 1-2 the count with 2 down. So 1-2 the count with 2 down. Peru State has scored 4 here in the home half of the 6th inning, and this one lifted in the air, right field charging on and unable to make the play. Drops in front of the right fielder, Perky. So a base hit for Harsh. And it's now 7-5. That run will get charged to Sample. So we close the book on Sample now. 5 runs, all of them earned. Walked 4, struck out 7, and allowed 5 hits. Trying to bunt her way on, throw over to first base in time. And Harsh is retired. 1-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. The Dordt defenders allow 5 runs on 5 hits. Beg your pardon, on 4 hits. No errors, had a couple of bases on balls issued in the inning as well. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Our score, Dordt 7, Peru State 5. Back with more in a moment.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, driven in the air, right center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. And this one's a shot up the middle. That'll score 1 run to tie it. Here comes the go-ahead run and scoring on the play.
So the Dordt defenders with a couple of runners on base with 2 outs now in the top of the 7th inning. And due up for the defenders now will be Carly Olson. So Olson will step in. And here's the pitch up high. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. So Olson trying to reestablish a base hit here, gives Dordt back a 3-run lead, fouls that one off and out of play. And Olson takes up high. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. So Olson, left-handed batter. And Olson awaits the delivery. And here's the pitch up high. Ball 3. 3-1 the count with 2 down in the inning. For Olson so far today, she had a home run in her first at-bat. She's walked a couple of times, then was involved in that odd play where she was ruled out at second base after trying to steal after the base on balls. And the pitcher swung on, and this one's fouled off of the ceiling. And the count remains 3-1. So 3-1 the count with our score 7-5. Dordt leading, but Peru State came back from a 7-0 deficit in the bottom half of the 6th inning to score 5 runs. Haley Wilkin came on to finally stop the bleeding. And into the windup, here is the pitch. Swung on, and Olson, a hot shot at the second baseman. Up with it, throws over to first base in time, and Peru State stays within 2 at 7-5. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, due up for Peru State. Well, Peru State will come up trailing 7-5. 7-5 our score. Let's take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with the home half of the 7th right after this.
Hi, my name is Samantha Wilbur.
Hi, my name is Philip Shippey.
Hey, my name is Eli Levtinsky from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
I am from Primgar, Iowa.
I'm from Sioux Center, Iowa.
Shout out to my family back home and my girlfriend for just supporting me throughout my college experience. It really means a lot.
My favorite part about working for this is making these promos and stuff that you see during commercial breaks.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
So Haley Wilkin on to work the bottom of the 7th inning. She is now in line for the save as she entered with needed to record 5 outs. Holden the batter, and Holden down to the count 0-2. Nothing in 2, the count to Holden. Fouls that one off. So nothing in 2, the count for Holden so far today. She is 1 for 3. And left-handed batter, here's the pitch, swung on and punches it foul. And the count remains 1-2 for the defenders. They've worked for 10 bases on balls today. And into the windup, here's the pitch from Wilkin, and Wilkin misses upstairs, ball one. 1-2 the count. Nobody out. Holden, Hamblin, and Braun due up. Swung on, fouled off. Olson stabs it in foul territory. Peru State with a couple of extra base hits. Dordt with 4 extra base hits. Dordt has stranded 10 today. Peru State has left 5 on base. And here's the pitch from Wilkin, fouled off and out of play. And the count remains 1-2, I believe. So 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch and misses up high, ball 2-2. So 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch, swung on and a ground ball right at the first baseman. Up with it, easy play for Steenstra for the first out of the inning. And the Dordt defenders still with that 7-5 lead. Got a little bit dicey, though, in the 5th inning. Let's see if they can get out of it completely. Hamblin, the DP. 0 for 2 today with a base on balls. Comes to the plate here with the bases empty. Right now, Wilkin in line for the save. Swung on and fouled off. Strike one, 1-1 the count. With 1 out in the inning. So 1-1 the count. Hamblin scored a run earlier as well. Takes a strike. It's 1-2. So 1-2 the count. And here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Foul tipped right into the mid of Carly Olson. Olson picks it up cleanly for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring Dixon to the plate. Dixon, the batter. So Dixon, left-handed batter, batting with the bases empty, and Dordt leading 7-5. Peru State down to their final out. So 7-5 our score. And here's the pitch, swung on, hit in the air softly, the left side and out of play. And the count is even at 1-1 with 2 down in the inning. So 2-2 the count. Beg your pardon, 1-1 the count. Dordt leading 7-5. Led 7-0 going into the 6th inning. Then Peru State pieced together 5 runs. So fouled off, and the count is 1-2. 1-2 the count to Dixon. Dixon in her last at bat reached on a walk. Then eventually scored a run, one of those 5 runs scored by Peru State in the 6th inning. Dordt trying to make it back-to-back wins. They got a win last night over York, trying to get a win today over Peru State. Wrap up the day with Dakota State in a couple of hours. Pitch is up high, ball. And it's now 2-2. So 2-2 the count. And here's the pitch, swung on and a grounder. Shortstop up with it. Throw over to first base, gets away from the first baseman and reaching on the throwing error. Villa doesn't make the clean throw over to first base. Steenstra unable to reach it. And reaching on the error is Dixon. Well, Peru State still with a little bit of life. That's the first error by either team. So the error charge, pitches up high. Ball one, 1-0 the count. Certainly looked like that was going to be enough for the defenders to get out of it. Now the tying run at the plate for Peru State. Swung on, hit in the air. That one's off of the Teflon in foul territory. Strike one, 1-1 the count. 1-1 the count. Sipic the batter. Sipic, couple of hits, couple of RBI, runs scored as well so far today. She had a double that produced a couple of runs. Here's the pitch, up high, ball two, 2-1. So 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike two. 2-2 the count. And the pitch is up and away. Ball three, and the count goes to full, 3-2. 3-2 the count. And the payoff pitch in there for a called strike three, and the defenders get out of the inning. The Dordt defenders hold on to win it by a final of 7-5. 7-5 the final. And just like that, my live stats have disappeared. The defenders led 7-0 going into the fifth inning and hold on to win it by a final of 7-5. We've got to hop over to the other field, so we're going to wrap it up on this one. The Dordt defenders win their second in a row. They're now 3-7. Peru State falls to 0-3, and there I've got my live stats now. Let's take a quick look at those. The defenders, 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Peru State, 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher for the defenders will be Bailey Sample. Wilkin will get the save. The loss goes to Metzger. The defenders, no multi-hit games for, beg your pardon, Croyce had 2 hits, Perky had 2 hits. 3 RBI for Steenstra on a 3-run homer in the first inning. Also hitting a home run, Carly Olson. That is going to do it for our softball broadcast this afternoon. You're watching the People's Bank highlights right now. We're going to shut it down, and we'll be back with more Dordt softball in a couple of hours. Next up, though, will be in about 20 to 30 minutes. We will have the second game, the noon time slot. This will be Peru State versus Dakota Wesleyan, beginning in about 20 to 30 minutes.